Bum, 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 the theatre mum. Bum. Hello everyone, I'm Holly Lucas and this is The Theatre Mum, the podcast that shines a light on jobs within the performing industry that you maybe didn't know about before. My guest today, I am joined by the Queen of Event Entertainment. Dun dun dun. Not only does she run her own award-winning children's entertainment business, bringing a whole host of familiar magical characters to life for parties and events, she also runs a theatre company, all whilst wearing a ball gown, a character heel, and a sprinkle of fairy dust. It's Kate Izzard. Yay! Hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's nice to have you here. I've actually, as if we haven't been chatting for ages already.
No, not at all.
I've got some warm-up questions. They're just quick fire. This or that questions.
Oh.
So you can choose either one. And I think I already know the answer to the first one. Cats or dogs?
Cats. Yes.
An unlimited supply of books or an unlimited supply of movies?
Ooh. I think movies.
Tea or coffee? Or neither?
Neither.
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Teleportation or invisibility?
Teleportation. Definitely.
Why?
Because then I wouldn't have to drive and that would be really cool. So much time would be saved.
As long as you could take things with you on your teleportation.
Oh yeah, definitely conditional on being able to hold things and take them with me.
Pirate or ninja?
Pirate.
Why?
Being on the sea. It's like close enough to mermaid that I'm like,
Nice.
That one.
Time travel to the past or to the future?
I think I'm going to go past. I like a bit of history.
Okay. A pet dragon or a pet unicorn?
Oh, that's mean. That's mean.
You can only have one.
Oh, no. I think I'd have to go unicorn, because unicorn.
Narnia or Neverland?
Neverland.
Vampire or werewolf?
Ooh. Think vampire. I think I was always a little bit Team Edward.
Yeah.
Don't hate me.
And my last one is be able to talk to animals or understand any foreign language.
Definitely animals. I want to know what my cats say to me, although I probably don't want to know what my cats say
They've
to
probably
me.
been really rude. Bum, 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 bum. Those are my quick fires.
Excellent.
We're into the serious stuff now.
I don't know if I can be serious.
We're not very serious. They're not serious at all. Right, tell us about your business. What's the name? What do you do in a nutshell?
So I run Jollypop Entertainment Ltd. Technically we are two companies now, just to be extra confusing. But the sort of nutshell of what we do, we offer characters for children's parties and for events, which is why it is now two companies, because the private parties and the events are separate entities now. Because the events are growing massively and it just makes sense to keep them separate. Events can be anything from, we work with farm parks, shopping centres, things like Christmas light switch-ons, sort of gala type events. But then the private parties are more sort of like birthday parties, home visits, all of that kind of thing. So all sorts of different characters. It is mad, but wonderful.
And how did Jollypop come about?
Me and my friend Grace both previously worked for other companies doing sort of similar things, but we really wanted something that was kind of consistently high quality. The performers were all sort of at the same level, and also something that was just ours. We sort of had a vision of what we wanted to make it, and we'd got to the point where we were just like, we just want to do this. And we really wanted to focus on character performance and costumes, because, I mean, costumes are my absolute favourite thing. And when you are embodying these amazing fairy tale characters, there's so much scope for really going to town with it. And nobody that existed at the time was really doing it to the level that we wanted to. And there are reasons for that. It's not like they were really bad. Like, the practicalities of doing a children's party in a massive dress are somewhat problematical.
Yes.
So a lot of companies were kind of going, this is what is doable. And we just wanted to kind of push the bounds of that.
Elevate it a bit,
and just make it something more magical fairy tale.
Yeah.
So pretty much it was sort of a conversation in Grace's living room where we were like, should we do this? Let's do this.
We can do that. Yeah.
But we're turning 10 next year. So genuinely...
God, I can't believe it's been going that long.
Yeah, it's mad. So from something that was literally just a conversation in a living room, we've now got sort of like around 40 performers on our books. We're constantly busy. It's absolutely snowballed. We did over 400 bookings last year.
Oh my God.
That's a lot.
And just to add, that's not like one booking a day. That could be up to like 3 or 4 parties in one day.
Yep. And it can be multiple performers sort of out at the same time. So New Year's Eve, we had 11 performers out at various different bookings, some of them happening sort of simultaneously. It's a lot of coordination.
This seemed like a great idea when I started. And it was only me and Grace.
It's amazing to see how it grows though. And I say this to my performers all the time. I'm like, I'm not being patronising, but I feel a little bit like a proud parent. Because you see them creating these amazing moments and just absolutely making kids' lives. And you just sit there and like, oh, this all came from this one conversation.
Does it feel quite different now compared to when you first started? Because I presume it was just you and Grace when you first started out doing all of it.
Yeah, it's a very different entity now. In a really good way. Obviously, it was less work to manage when it was just the two of us. At the time, we both had sort of secondary jobs, and this was kind of our on the side thing. This is now my full-time job. Because it is a full-time job.
It is. If you're doing 400 bookings a year, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and it's kind of all the costume washing, the wig restyling, even just the communication with clients, because that can take, when you're taking that many bookings, and that's only the bookings that we took, that's not all of the conversations that we had, because there will have been things we weren't available for, people going with other companies, so it all takes a lot of time. So now this is my full-time job.
Are you doing all of that admin side as well yourself? All of the washing and the wig restyling, that's all you, isn't it?
Yeah. I do get some support from one of my colleagues, Drew, who will sometimes sort of do some of the email work and whatnot, but essentially it is mostly me in my living room, probably in my pajamas,
surrounded by dresses and cats and
everything. And my washing line is now almost horizontal because of the weight of the ball caps. My neighbours think it's hilarious.
I was going to say, your neighbours are like, what the hell is she doing next door? Why is that webbed person on the washing line? When we realise that we've accidentally said a name of something, we'll just... That must be so hard not to.
All the time.
When you're at an event, do you also have to not say?
No. Speaking is fine, as in, like, it's just things that aren't written
down.
Or, like, depends on how pedantic I want to be.
You can't just say, I'm being this princess today. Like, why are they so mean about it? Why are they so mean?
They probably aren't. I think Disney are pretty smart in that they're like, this perpetuates the brand, people buy all the stuff. Like, so it, in the long run, it actually does them a lot of favours. But again, it's just
in case. Yeah, you want to cover yourself, really. What was it like when you got that very first booking 10 years ago?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what our first one was.
Was it like a family friend or?
I'm pretty certain that it was a friend. And I mean, by that point, we sort of knew how to do the job, so it wasn't completely terrifying or anything, because
we were
fairly confident with. Yeah, like we knew that we knew how to do the job. I think it was just that kind of moment of ownership where it's like, and it's still something to this day that is a little terrifying, that if anything goes wrong, you know, there is nobody else. You can't.
You're in charge.
I'm in charge.
You're the most adulty adult in that company.
That is, I know, adulty adult. And that is the thing that is, it's quite scary because the buck stops with you, the responsibility comes with you, you know, particularly less so than with the two of us, but now I have responsibility of other people, you know, and their well-being, and not that, you know, you particularly go, you're going to get injured at this booking.
Yes.
But, you know, you send people out to work and
they're representing you, but also you are now HR.
Yeah.
On top of your other roles that you do within the business.
And it's, you do worry about their well-being.
Especially because you can't be at every single job.
Can't be there. Don't know what's happening, and
just have to hope and pray it turns out the way you think it's going to.
And it, to be fair, it always does. Like, we have wonderful clients, particularly within events, but also within private parties. They're all lovely, but you do always have this slight anxiety around, I am in charge, and if anything goes wrong, I'm the one that's going to get the phone call, and I'm going to have to adult how to deal with that. And that is. It's scary, but it's also super rewarding because, again, when you get all this beautiful feedback for your performers and people are like, my kids are still talking about you, you know, 10 years on. And you get to see all of that and you go, wow, genuinely, this all came from a conversation in the living room.
Yeah.
We built this from nothing. And it's the sense of achievement with that is insane. It blows my mind. You're looking at the bank account going, wages this month were over 10 grand. And that
is crazy.
And you're like, there is literally £10,000 in my bank account. Not my personal bank account, but Jollypop's bank account. And it's like, wow, that's mad. Again, sitting in my living room going...
in your PJs.
In my PJs, like, thousands of pounds is going, people are paying thousands of pounds for something that I went, I'm good at this.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Had you ever run a business before?
Nope.
Was it very much like, learn as we go, learn as we go?
Yeah, to be honest, it was something that I'd been really averse to. Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
It's really scary. And it had sort of been suggested to me more than once that I could do this myself. I was like, no, I don't want that responsibility. No, I don't want all that work. Because I knew that when I started something like that, it was going to consume my entire life. And it did.
Some would say it has.
It 100% has. And I look back now and I go, I'm really glad that this is my life. I'm really lucky that I'm in this kind of position where my job is something that I genuinely adore. And my job is something that actually brings joy. That's, you know, it actually genuinely makes kids happy. And I mean, alongside sort of what we do bookings wise, we visit Royal Berkshire Hospital fairly regularly, and we go around the wards with the characters and whatnot.
That's
and
so nice.
To be in that position where what you do can bring comfort like that, it's like, that's just really wonderful. But no, for a long time I was like, I don't want to run my own business. I don't want to have that level of responsibility. And I wasn't wrong.
I still don't want that level of responsibility.
It's still a lot of responsibility. And I was right that it would be a lot of work. And it is. There are things that come with that are difficult. I mean, you can't be sick. Like, you just can't.
And even if you are, you're like, I've still got to do all this admin.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and you've still got to go to the bookings. Realistically, you know, it's not like you've got understudies or covers, or once in a while you can organise that. But I mean, Christmas, everybody is booked for everything, particularly Christmas, because Christmas is just mad. To the point where Christmas clients are already booking for the coming Christmas.
God, that's very organised of them.
It's mostly our Christmas books up before we get halfway through the year.
Is that off the back of doing Christmas for them this year?
Yeah, most of our event clients rebook almost on the spot at the events that we're doing at Christmas, which is again, that level of validation is just wonderful, but also comes with their own stress.
I haven't even got my calendar yet for next year.
Whilst in ball gown. Can I get back to you? So yeah, it's a lot of responsibility, but it is also wonderful in the same thing. And no previous business experience whatsoever. It was a really big leap of faith. And still to this day, there are days when I go, I don't know if I'm cut out for this.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I am making this up as I go. But again, it's been going for nearly 10 years, so it's doing something right.
Oh, yeah. You've got some things right along the way here.
One or two. I mean, I think the bank balance would suggest I need to rein myself in.
Who needs an accountant?
I do, desperately. My accountant is wonderful, and if he is listening, you are amazing.
Thank you for your help.
Because I do not understand any of it.
You do a godly service that we couldn't do.
Could not do.
Do you find it really difficult having to wear so many hats? Because obviously initially I imagine the performing of being a princess or a fairy tale character was the draw. And now you're having to be the company director and the costume and wig person and HR and marketing and stuff. Is it quite difficult trying to run all of those different things at once?
Yeah, it's a lot, and you're finding new things every day that you go, oh, I really wish I had more training in this. The wig styling was a really big learning curve, because Jollypop, I had very little experience with the kind of wigs that we deal with. I mean, especially now, they are beautiful, stunning, but they are, it's almost like a construction project with some of them. They are just massive, and I mean, you've got massive long braids, and it is, the upkeep of them is sort of an art form in itself. I mean, the creation of them is very much beyond my skill set. I hire people to do that who are amazing. Yes. But yeah, that was really hard to begin with because we just didn't know how to do it. So we were sort of learning that as we went along. And now I'm kind of at the point where I can keep them tidy. I can, know when is the point that they need to be replaced. Because they do get to that point, bless them, when they're doing outdoor events and, 400 events in a year.
They're getting a lot of wear out of them,
Similarly with costuming, I mean, as the costumes get more elaborate, you go, oh God, how do I wash this?
Yes, it's covered in sequins.
I mean, most of
That's
them...
not going to fit in my washing machine.
Oh, literally pretty much none of them can go in the washing machine. So God. It is all
you haven't done hand wash everything.
In my bath.
Oh, God.
In my bath with the scrub brush. Just, which is delightful after it's come off of somewhere like a farm or an outdoor event, because it's the mud, the colour of the water sometimes is just like... And learning what you can and can't do with those things, like what bits you can wash, what bits you can't wash. If you've got one that's got red and white in it, can you stick it in together? How do you... There's so much that you learn. I mean, the marketing side of things, again, has just been piecing it together as we go along, building a website. I mean, we didn't have those skills. Just been a lot of... You discover you can do things that you never thought you would even remotely tackle. But again, the thing gets thrown at you and you deal with it as best you can.
I need to market us somehow.
So I'm just going to try. And you will inevitably find things that you fail miserably at. And, I decided in my infinite wisdom a few years back that I was going to try and sort of bedazzle a corset for one of our characters by hand sewing sequins onto it. got about halfway through and went, this is the worst thing I've
God.
ever tried to do, and I'm never doing it again.
Oh my God.
But in my head, it was a great idea. So but I think it is how you kind of maneuver around that. And I think to own your own business, you just have to be able to tackle problems and not let them completely bring you down.
Yeah.
And it's hard, and it never really stops. You know, you solve one problem and inevitably another one will come in, because you're dealing with people and costumes and clients who are wonderful, but again, you know, bring their own sort of...
Yeah, everyone's different, have their own specific wants.
Yeah, I think you also have to be able to be honest with yourself when you're like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I can't take on another event on that one day.
And there is a pressure when it is your own business and it is your income to say yes to everything and anything. And you need to be able to go, this is not what I do and that is okay. You know, if somebody wants juggling, I am not the person to book. Similarly, stilt walking, that is not what I do. Terrified of heights would be a terrible idea. Also really clumsy. So, you know, I think you have to be confident enough in yourself to go, I can say no to this and it's okay.
Yeah.
Obviously don't say no to everything. That's a terrible business plan. But it is interesting because when a lot of people, you know, 10 years ago were like, make your own business. At the time when people were telling me to do that, I don't think I was ready to be that person. And now I've sort of come into it. I think doing this has helped me really come into myself and understand myself a bit better and be able to be that person who is like, this is what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And it doesn't mean you can't grow and develop and, like I say, learn new skills, but you sort of have to understand where your limits are.
When a client comes to you to book a character, what is your process leading up to the party or the event?
So inquiries will usually come in either via our booking form, which is through a really nice bit of software called Party Pro Manager. Excellent investment. Has genuinely really helped the admin side of things, which was getting a little bit chaotic pre us having that wonderful bit of software. So it'll either come in through their booking form, which is on our website, or via sort of Facebook inquiry or email. So when an inquiry comes in, my first thing is to sort of check the date and location and what character they want, and check that with our performers' availability. Most of our performers will mark availability on Party Pro. Again, the software is great, so they can mark, so I can see just by looking at the date who is available.
That's good.
If we've got availability, I will then email back to the client with a sort of confirmation link where they can pay a deposit. We take a £50 deposit when somebody books to secure the date. Obviously, if we don't have availability, I'll say, sorry, don't have availability for that date. Do you have flexibility? Sometimes there'll be a little bit of back and forth around date. Some people have obviously already booked a hall and are very tied to that specific date, but sometimes people will sort of maneuver around what availability we've got. Once they've paid the deposit, I will then sort of start the process of what's needed for the booking. Usually I do it on sort of a week by week basis, because otherwise it gets really quite insane. I'll always make sure that I've assigned the performer to the booking, so they'll get an email through saying, you have a booking on such and such date, and it will add it to their Party Pro calendar. So they can see all of the things that they're booked in for. Sometimes there'll be a bit of a back and forth with the client about sort of what costume they want, because some characters have more than one costume. If they've got sort of any specific requirements, most of them don't, but sometimes there's a little bit of that. Then it will be sort of if it's a character that already exists and we've got all the equipment, that's fine. Most of that will then be done sort of the week before the party. If it's a new character, I might have to order sort of new equipment, new costumes. If it's a less common character, because we, for all of our private parties, bring a birthday present. So if it's a character that I'm going to have like a little stock of kind of presents that are more common, stored in my bedroom, as you do.
Of course, my storage facilities.
My storage facilities. We do have some of those too. Because because it would not fit in my house. But if it's a less common character, I might have to pre-order what the present is going to be, because sometimes you can't always get it quickly. And then kind of usually Monday before the weekend, I'll go, okay, who is going out this weekend? And start the process of, these are the wigs that need restyling, these are the costumes that need sorting, is everything fixed? Does any of it need washing? For parties, it would be things like packing the party bag. So we have equipment that we take to every party. It has things like a parachute, the little ball pit balls.
Oh, yeah.
Because we whack those on the parachute and cause carnage. It's wonderful.
Those parachutes, they're still in.
Yeah, they're still in. The kids love them. Things like the speaker, a blanket, because we have a little game that we play with the blanket. Sometimes a storybook. So it's packing all of that, wrapping the birthday present, past the parcel if there's past the parcel. Sometimes the client will book a craft. So that would be like packing a craft bag and then delivering everything to whoever is going out. So pending how many characters are going out that weekend, it could be a lot of driving around, because our performers live in vastly different areas.
Aren't they?
Yeah, we cover a fairly wide range. So some of my performers are sort of other end of Reading. Some of them are down in Southampton. It's just sort of getting the right thing to the right person and working out the logistics of that too, and what's the easiest route. So it's quite involved. Like, most of my week is organising stuff for the weekend.
Yeah.
Usually kind of Monday I'll put a plan together for what that needs to look like. Catch up on the email admin, because inevitably over the weekend I just can't, because I'm out performing too.
Yes.
So a Monday might also be a day where I will collect things, because obviously it needs to come back to me once it's been to a booking. So it's quite involved once the booking process has happened, just getting everything together and to the right person. And
because a lot of it is weekends and evenings for events, I guess, but mostly weekends, I presume.
Yeah, so mostly weekends and half terms.
I was going to say all school holidays. You know.
The summer was really busy this year. It's always kind of hit and miss as to whether or not it's going to be really busy or really quiet, because a lot of people go on holiday.
Yeah.
But the more events we book up, the more it is fairly steady over the summer. Yeah, mostly weekends, some evening stuff, although that is less common, mostly because a lot of what we do is aimed at children. It's a lot of weekend work.
Yes. If you don't like working weekends,
it's not the job for
not
you.
for you.
It's not the right job.
Did you just start with parties and then events sort of came later on? Or was it always sort of the plan, loosely, to kind of go into events as well?
Yeah, I mean, events were always my favourite thing. I love children's parties, don't get me wrong, but events for me are sort of closer to theatre shows.
Yes, that's why I like doing the events.
Yeah, because it is more of a performance,
Yeah.
and less of a... With parties, you have to be very good at room control.
I can imagine.
You sort of have to... It's a different skill set.
You're a host, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
So the parents can go and hide at the side and eat sausage rolls.
Yes, although please stay in the room, because we are not childcare. That's a whole different kettle of fish. But yeah, so for me, the events were always kind of what I really wanted to expand into. I don't think it was massively long before we were into events. We definitely do a lot more now than we did, and my sort of aim is to really specialise in events at some point further down the line. I think it's what we do best, and it is... I just love it. It is just...
Yeah, and it's nice
gorgeous.
when there's a lot of characters at the events.
Yeah.
There's more scope for that, and like you do like tea parties, don't you, with a bunch of the princesses, but there's loads of princesses.
Yes.
So
it's genuinely lovely. So our royal picnic is kind of our big event. We do at Shaw House every year. We're doing 2 this year, which is really exciting. I think last time we had about 14 characters, which was just
that's a lot to organise in advance.
Yes, I think I didn't sleep the night
That I was
before.
going to say, that must be the only sort of, not downside, but like, that is so much more to organise 14 people.
Yeah.
At least you're all at the same event, and you probably were going to be there as well.
Yes.
So you're not delivering it all around to everyone. But
No. Mostly it was getting it in the car.
yeah, oh my God.
Everyone keeps going, you need a van. I'm like, I can't drive a van. I don't want
to drive a van.
But yes, I do need one. It is...
I might need a slightly bigger vehicle.
Yeah. It's mostly the stress of like, have I got everything? Have I forgotten something? I mean, the good thing about Shore House is that it's local. So obviously, if something had been forgotten, it's not too far to go. We have had further afield venues where something's been left at home and it's like an hour and a half drive home and you go, what am I going to do?
Yeah, how urgently do I need that thing?
So
it's a wig. Oh no.
Yeah, it's like, oh God. And we've always sort of worked our way through those sort of problems, but it is the stress of, have I forgotten something? Is everyone going to turn up? And they always do. It is.
I mean, you're paying them. And you pay them quite well, I think.
I like to think so.
I think they're well paid, the princess parties and the events. Like, for the amount of time that you're working. I don't know if it could be a full-time job as a performer unless you literally were signed up to so many different party agencies. But
yeah.
And again, the parties and events are at the weekends, so... There's only so much you can fit in.
Yeah, and a couple of our performers do work for multiple companies and we're, absolutely fine with that. I used to do the same, so I'm like, completely... And my only thing is that I'm like, if I've signed you up to something, please stick to it. That's, we have wonderful, talented performers and they're in demand. I mean, that's totally fair. But yeah, no, the picnics are wonderful. They are just... Again, the joy that you see in that kind of event is just next level. And that's the kind of thing that I'd really like to expand on. Ultimately, I think Jollypop will end up being a purely events company way further down the line. But that would be my hope, because events are just easier to manage. I know what I'm sending my performers to when I send them to an event. I know the client. I've been there before. I know the setup. I know they will be really looked after. There's just so much more that I know about it, and so much more we can... I say control. Don't mean that in a control freak way. Control. But you can make the setup so that it is ideal to what you need it to be to do the best that you can do. With parties... You don't know what you're turning up to until you get there. It could be the most wonderful venue, really well set out. You could turn up to no space, a massive fancy castle. You just don't know. And whilst you can advise people, they have their own idea in their heads about what they want for their party, which is equally as valid, but sometimes doesn't leave you in the best position to run the best entertainment. And you don't know what the crowd is going to be like, what kind of behavioural management is going to be, how much support you're going to get on that. Whereas, again, when you go to events, you know exactly how to brief the performers. This is how it works. This is how the venue works. There's just so much more certainty within it. And again, it's closer to theatre shows, which is always kind of the angle I'm going to come in from, because theatre is what I love.
Yeah, exactly. So when, as a performer, if you were turning up to a party, how would that performer expect the party to kind of run? What would it sort of look like? There's 60 minutes hosting this party event.
So we only offer sort of 2 party packages now, very deliberately. We do a 60-minute party package or a 30-minute visit, and that is kind of it. We used to do sort of 90 minutes, 2 hours, but we've just found that 60 minutes is kind of the optimal time to run a room before it gets to the point where it's chaotic.
Yes.
I mean, 60 minutes is a long time for a child to listen to instruction and follow you instructions wise. So we've kind of nailed that, like, 60-minute party structure. We will arrive at the venue roughly about 15 minutes before the start of the party, send the parent a text message to say we're here, we'll be in 10 minutes. Mainly, I think, because within the industry there have been a lot of people who've been let down by companies before, and they genuinely panic that we're not going to come.
Oh.
It's really heartbreaking, but the amount of sort of emails or text messages, you're definitely still coming. I'm like, we are 100% coming. I would never do that to you. But it is something that I think is quite prevalent just from the conversations I've had with clients. And I mean, I've been there where I'm like, oh God, what if I have to let this person down? This performer is sick. It's quite, again, comes back to that responsibility, and it is quite terrifying because you can't have understudies for things like that.
And certain characters, you know, the diversity is so important, and some characters they have to be a certain person, you know.
You can't
you can't rock up
nope
to certain character events, I'm afraid.
Nope. And I would never. Luckily, touch wood, we've had one instance where the character that was booked did not come, and our performer was in hospital, rushed to hospital last minute. Parents were very understanding, and we sorted out a visit sort of later on.
Nice.
Characters still came to the party, just not the one that was booked.
Okay.
And you know, the performer had no control over that situation. Wow.
So do they come dressed?
Yes.
So they're driving there dressed as Princess X.
Yep. Yep. Driving in a ball gown is an art.
Have you ever been pulled over?
No, I did have to go in a recovery truck once in said costume, and literally get driven home in the recovery truck because my car no longer worked. The royal carriage was out of juice. You do often get some very weird looks, like if you're in traffic and people are like waving at you. Where did you get your outfit? Was a delightful one we had once from a truck driver going past. That is always quite fun.
What do you mean?
There are some instances in which we would not travel in costumes. So if we're at a venue and we're doing a full day event, they will have somewhere for us to get ready. We just can't do that in people's homes or in little halls, because the kids will see you and then that's sort of magic ruined. So it does vary a little bit. But for sort of a party booking, they would arrive in costume, usually with an attendant who will do things like carrying the bags, because in a ball gown you are pretty much useless at carrying anything other than your skirt so that you don't trip over it. So you'd go in about 5 minutes before. The attendant would get sort of the equipment set up. We have like a little backdrop that we put up for photos at the end. You'd sort of mill around and chat to the children, just get them used to you being there, because some of them will be terrified and not want to talk to you, and some of them will be non-stop chatting. Realised that we were recording and not video, and I'm making a chatting noise.
No one can see you doing crab hands.
But so you have a little bit of a chat. Then once either the equipment is ready or all of the children are there, because sometimes you'll arrive and there are no children there. Because they want you to sort of greet people as they come in.
Oh, I see.
Sometimes you'll arrive and they're all there and they're ready for you, looking at you like, so do something. Dance,
monkey dance.
Genuinely. So it just depends on what their vision is for that, whether or not they've given you the same arrival time as the guests.
Yeah.
So usually start kind of about 5-10 minutes in, give or take, gather everybody around, give them a bit of a welcome, make a bit of a fuss of the birthday child.
Of course.
And then sort of roll into games. So we do sort of a variety of different games. We theme them around the character. So things like Hokey Cokey, but it might be the Princess Pokey, or, you know, depending on the character, the Superhero Pokey. Parachute games, because they always go down well. Do things like story time, singing, because, you know, that's my fave.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And a lot of the princesses do sing, so that's what they're expecting.
Obviously superheroes, maybe not so much. As amazing as that would be to see.
Well.
And then you sort of go back into a few games. At the end of the party, you would give the birthday child a gift, which they open then. So like, this is happy birthday. Have pictures as a group, have some individual pictures. Sometimes sing happy birthday. It depends on if they're saving that for later, but sometimes they want us to lead it. We don't carry the cake, mainly for insurance purposes. Wig hair and open flame is just not a thing.
No.
And the last thing you want is to end up on YouTube as like, princess on fire. Or princess trips over and crushes the cake. I mean, either option is not ideal.
Either is bad.
So we lead the singing, we sort of lead the activity, but we do not carry the cake because I'm just...
Some of us are clumsy. We can't be carrying cakes.
Some of us are hugely clumsy, and I just know.
We know who it would happen to, and it's you.
Yeah, it would definitely happen to me, and it would be face in the cake, 100%. It's the same sort of reaction I have when people give me babies. As adorable as they are, I'm like, I really, really do not want to drop this child.
I'm gripping up a dear life.
Please do not let me drop this child. Also, do not let this child pull the wig off of my head. They're really well secured, they wouldn't, but...
No, so many wig pins.
So many wig pins, so many headaches. So little hair at the front of my head left from wig pinnage. And then sort of at the end of the party, the attendant would pack everything away. The princess or character would sort of mill. Usually they'll sort of go on to food when we're gone. So you're sort of milling around the food table, just saying last goodbyes and whatnot. And then you will make a royal exit.
Royal wave and off you go.
Vamoose. Change costume if you need to, sometimes in the car. That's awkward. But it does happen.
Needs must, you know.
Ball gowns in a car is just a whole thing.
That's why you actually need a Land Rover or a van or something.
Yeah. But it is possible, just awkward.
You're just very flexible, I don't know.
No, leg over the ear. And yeah, then you would either go on to the next booking or go home. Events sort of similarly, but they don't necessarily run in the same way. You'd sort of...
They're a bit more bespoke though, aren't they?
A bit more bespoke. Although in general it's usually shows, meet and greets, and repeat. Have lunch in your ball gown.
Yes. Leaning really far over so you don't drop anything down yourself.
Desperately wishing that you could go to the toilet and trying to work out the logistics of that in a ball gown. Drinking very little water, which is not something I advise, and my personal trainer would kill me.
No, you should.
I drink the water when I get home, I promise.
Unfortunately, that's after a whole day of parties.
No water.
Now, if you don't mind me asking about pay, because I just feel like I really hate it when people put job ads up and they don't put the pay on there, because one of the reasons I'm applying for a job is
it's because you want money.
For the money.
Absolutely.
What sort of pay would you expect as a performer from doing a party or event?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm more than happy to be really open about our pay. It really varies depending on what you're booked for.
Yeah.
As a performer, it can be anything from sort of £40 for half an hour to some of our day events go from sort of like 150 to, we had some performers getting paid 250 for their sort of day event. New Year's Eve was sort of like the 250 because
it's
obviously
it's a specific day,
and it's close enough to midnight that you're like, you know, nobody really wants to work New Year's Eve, but
no.
But it is wonderful. I actually really traditionally have been at the same venue every New Year's Eve, and to be honest, that's kind of my New Year's Eve tradition at this point. But yeah, so there is opportunity to make a decent amount of money, particularly over busy times. I mean, Christmas, if you're doing day events at £150 a time, and there are, you know, 8 or 9 weekend days plus in a month, you can earn sort of pretty decent money. I mean, the only difficulty is the limit of most of it is weekend work.
Yeah, there's only so much you can say yes to.
Yeah. So I think that is why it can be hard to have it as your job if you're not managing a company.
Yes, because now you can do it full time because it's your company and you're managing all of the events. Yeah. And you're not having to perform at every single one either.
No, and obviously there is an element of admin fee that comes to me as the person running it.
As it should do.
I mean, it's...
And also you've got to pay for, you know, costume repairs and new costumes, wigs and...
Yeah, insurance.
Washing powder.
Storage unit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cost that comes into
fuel to get to all these places, you know.
Yeah, it is. And the sort of admin fee that comes into me does not in any way cover the level of hours that goes into it, which is why I do it. Yeah. Because you would only do it for the love of doing it. Yeah. But yeah, no, so fees can vary. Our party, you get £70 for doing that. So, you know, It's not bad. Factored into that is the fact that although you're at a party for an hour, costume getting into, I mean, I leave myself 2 hours to get into costume/makeup. Then you've got to travel to the venue, then you've got to travel back and get out of everything.
Yeah.
So realistically, an hour's party is going to take up half of your day, pending how far away it is. But, you know, it's not just an hour and out done, which is why £70 an hour sounds like a lot. But when you factor in
those other things either side,
it is a lot, but it's not.
Do you find any negatives doing princess party stuff full time?
Yeah. I mean, it's, again, I love my job. I'm very thankful for it. But I think with any job, you will find things that are less fun.
Yeah.
Particularly with managing it, because anything negative comes through me.
Yeah.
And you have to be that person who deals with it. And that's not always fun, because it can be a little, if you're getting all of the negative stuff
draining
back to you.
Yeah.
And when I say all the negative stuff, I don't necessarily mean customer feedback, because that is always delightful.
Yeah.
But if there are any difficulties, it all comes back to you.
Yeah, you have to be the one to fix it. And also you're managing 40 plus people.
Yeah.
And everyone's different.
Yeah.
They have different expectations, and you know, somehow you have to meet them while sticking to your own expectations.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And as performers, we are all delightfully dramatic when we want to be.
What?
And that includes me, because I can be hella dramatic. So there are moments when I'll get stuff back and I'll get really dramatic about it, and I have to sort of check myself and go, no, this is actually fine.
Yeah, I can sort this. It's really nice.
So it is, you know, we're all people with our own lives. We're all going to clash at points. And you have to be the person that if there is a clash, which is delightfully low in occurrence, but you have to be the person that sort of manages that and mediates. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
It's also certainly managing it. It is all consuming. There is very little outside of my life as
I mean, when was the last time you took a holiday?
I don't really.
I actually took a holiday and switched everything off and said, right, I'm not going to look at my emails.
Yeah, I can't. So I did go on what we called a holiday. Right before we did, so Looking Glass, which we haven't really delved into, but
it's on my list, don't you worry.
When we get to that, but we staged Little Mermaid. Again, we'll get more into that. Right before we did that, I went away for, I want to say it was about 4 days, to a beach, and it was lovely. But I took the costume for Ariel to the beach with me to take promo pictures for the Little Mermaid.
It's sort of a marketing opportunity, actually.
I was like, there's a beach, I've got to take the dress. So it was a holiday, and I wasn't managing Jollypop, but I was still doing stuff.
Yeah, not really switched off.
I'm not sure that I'm actually capable of switching off, if I'm honest. And I mean, that's a personal thing. I'm sure there are people who own their own businesses who are delightful at switching off. But I'm just not that human.
It's so hard when it's yours, though.
And you know that if you don't answer that email, you could miss out on that opportunity, because you know that they're probably emailing about 3 other companies.
Yes,
and if you
want to get in there first.
You want to get in there first. You want to be the person who is responsive. So you know there is always that time pressure on your mind that if I don't do it now, I could not get that.
Yeah.
And the thing with this business specifically is that word of mouth is massive. Most of our business has been built up by word of mouth. So you miss out on that party, you miss out on all the parties that could come from that. You miss out on that event, you miss out on all of the things. And there've been so many things that have come from doing things. So we used to do a really sweet 11's event at a tea shop in Hurstbourne Tarrant.
Oh, I remember those.
I was absolutely gutted when they closed. The Tea Cozy, we miss you dearly and we love you. But so much came from doing that booking. Clients that are now paying us thousands of pounds every year came from that one booking, because somebody had seen us there and had then recommended us. An event we did, a sort of charity gala ball in, I want to say September, November. And we were there along West End Stars that had been booked for the same event. And that had all come from doing this event that had come from doing the stuff
that one.
Yeah. So you're always aware of how snowbally that can be and how that one thing can be the big opportunity that will get you
something even bigger. Yeah, so I think the events especially, like if they can see you've managed to run an event with this many people, oh great, they're good for events, off we go. And so it's kind of taking you down the right path that you wanted to go on in the first place.
Yeah, so it's really hard to take time off, and that I think for me is the biggest downfall, because it is your life. And that sometimes is really positive, and then sometimes you just go, wow, I haven't had a holiday.
I'm so tired. You almost need to, not that you need a business partner, but you almost need someone that you can trust, who isn't like someone that you would be going away with, that you can trust to leave them in charge of this whilst you go away for 1 week and lie horizontal by a pool.
Yeah. And this is the problem with doing it solo, is that you just don't have that human. You know, again, if you're ill, if, you know, unfortunate circumstances happen, there's just no real let up. And even if you do force yourself to take that break, you know when you come back, you're going to have even more to do. So that lack of kind of stop is hard. I mean, I'm sort of somewhat uniquely placed in that I don't want kids. And I love working with them. And people are always like, you don't want kids? I'm like, nope. Because I work with them all day.
Yeah.
And then I want to go home and cuddle cats and be grown up. So
like, you're really good with them, and that's fine.
Yeah. And that's kind of so in that sense, my life is my work. So I am sort of uniquely placed in that sense that
you don't have the tie of...
And I don't have the ticking time bomb of, I must have children because that's what I want my life to be.
But then if I want a child, I don't get maternity leave or anything. I still have to work.
Yeah, so in that sense, it taking over is not the worst. But it is like at all the times when your family celebrates. So like, when you're the busiest, New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas. Weekends when most people are available. So you find that you don't really socialise as much as maybe you should. I'd say you should, like it is an expectation that you must socialise for. But your friends don't see you a lot. And I do carry guilt about that because my friends are wonderful and I love them all dearly and my family are wonderful. But you don't make enough time for them, because you just constantly work.
Yeah.
So it is a downside. I think for me that is the main one. I mean, it's also the kind of like juggling of hats and like I wish I could wear more hats, but
especially like your busy periods must be so hard to manage. Like Christmas must have been crazy.
Christmas quite often makes me ill, being honest, because it's the difficulty is when you are performing and managing at the same time. So most of the time I'll be doing back-to-back events, but somehow I then have to logistically work out how I'm going to wash the costumes, answer the emails, because the weekend will end and everything will need washing, everything will need redistributing, everyone will need picking up, costumes will need picking up. But a lot of the time with Christmas there are also weekday events. So I'd be booked Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe have Monday, and then Tuesday there'd be an event. And it's that constant kind of, God, when am I going to get this done? When am I going to sleep?
Time management. Yeah.
And a lot of the events are further away. So it's a lot of like quite early mornings and then later nights.
Yeah.
And then trying to sort of go, well, I've got to wash this, but also it's like -5 outside. I can't put this on the washing line.
Yeah. It's going to take 3 days to dry.
The house is then like a sauna because you're trying to dry these dresses on the radiator. So the logistics of that can be sort of beyond what you think you can cope with. And I do get to a point with Christmas where I physically cannot say yes to anything else because I will actually combust. And performers-wise, I could, but I physically couldn't manage it.
No.
So, yeah, there are downsides for sure. And I think you have to, if you seriously want to do this kind of thing, management-wise, you have to be willing to go, I'm all in. You know, I am all in or I'm not. As a performer, less so.
Yeah.
I mean, you give your all at the events.
Of
Absolutely.
course. Yeah.
But if you are performing and not managing it, you can put it to bed.
Yeah. Yes. You don't have to think about it when you go home for the day.
No, you sort of drop off the stuff and go, bye.
That was fun.
Which, to be fair, is initially why I was really reluctant to set up my own.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't go back now. But
No, you're too far in
I'm way too far in.
You're way
There's
too
no
far
going
in.
back now. But there are moments when I go, oh, I miss the days when I could just
so
give it
easy.
to somebody else to clean.
What is your favourite thing about doing the events? Or the parties?
Yeah, just seeing the impact that it has. And even if I'm not performing at an event, just seeing the kids light up. You know, when when you get a hug from a kid and they don't want to let go.
And they really believe you're that character.
They really believe, and
you know you're a good actor.
To be fair, I know I've nailed it when the grown-ups are invested, and you do get, they're like, oh. Or when they ask me if I'm Canadian, that's quite funny.
Thank you.
I'm like,
my accent work is going really well.
not sure if that was what I was aiming for, but I'll take it. It's close enough to American. What part of Canada are you from? When the answer is under the sea and you watch their brain work, it is brilliant. That's really funny. Because you absolutely are committing to, I'm from this kingdom.
Yeah. And it must be very improv heavy, these.
So improv heavy.
Yeah, if you don't like improv, also not.
It is a great way to build your improv skills, though, because when I started, I was not an improver at all. And you just have to be. You have to know your character, their world, because the children will know everything and they will throw the most obscure reference at you and you're like, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That character from that episode of that.
It's when they've got spin-off series as well and you're like...
and you're like, now I've actually got to sit and watch these.
I'm
maybe in my 30s, but I will sit on my own and watch this series.
Yeah, it is a real, like, improv builder. And I always find it interesting because I think... within the professional performance industry, there is a certain, I don't want to use the word snobbery, but I'm sort of going to use it, against princess performing.
Yes. That is why I was like, I need to get Kate to come and speak, because like you literally do this full time and people are, it's like doing Amdram, like people are a bit funny about certain things and I think, well, why? They're making money.
Yeah, and honestly, it helped my performing so much because I was like, I have to be in character, I have to be on accent all the time, even when I'm saying words that I didn't expect I was going to have to say.
Why is that coming out of my mouth in this moment?
Absolute shout out to my wonderful friend in America who makes some of our costumes, because I had to voice message her and be like, how the hell do you say pass the parcel in American?
Yeah, that's a hard one.
She said that the reason it's hard to say is that they don't say the word parcel. They say package.
Oh.
It's just it's like, pass the... Oh, God. No, I'm not gonna...
Pass the parcel.
It's really, like, genuinely... It's because it's different sort of A sounds.
Yeah.
In the same...
Yeah.
So I understand... that when you are like, I dream of performing, you don't dream of standing next to a bouncy castle with a load of kids covered in food. I get it. It's not the dream, but it is so useful to genuinely, even in terms of just confidence levels, the person I was when I started this to the person I am now, who I think could go in an audition room and be like, this is me. You take me or you leave me, but this is what you get. And the person 10 years ago would have been like, hi, auditions, just
overthinking everything.
And now I think I could probably go into that situation and go, okay, I'm nervous, but
that's okay.
But it's okay. This is an opportunity to showcase me.
This is what I can do for you.
And this is what I can do. And I think the confidence level it takes to stand up in front of a room of 30 kids and probably the same amount of adults.
I was going to say, with the parents all looking and judging.
Yep. Sometimes talking at the top of their voices because their conversation is much more interesting than what you've got to say.
They don't want to watch their children having a good time.
And that is, again, very small minority. We have wonderful clients. But yeah, the confidence it takes to do that is so helpful in other elements of performing life. And it genuinely baffles me that sometimes we find it hard to cast things when I'm going, you could be stood in a bar right now pouring pints.
Yeah.
Or you could come and perform and do the thing that you actually love.
Yeah.
And get better at it.
Yeah.
There is nothing like a child to test your improv skills. There just isn't.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And honestly, as a company owner, my expectation is never that people stay with me forever. I know that they have big dreams, big
if they're going to get an offer for the West End,
they're going to
take it. I would
and
come
ditto.
knock on the door. I beg you. But
I have working performers who work for me, but also take opportunities elsewhere. One of our lovely new performers has just been at Universal in Hong Kong working over Christmas. She's coming back I think she's back now. So they can go, they can come back as long as they keep their availability up to date.
Yeah.
And lots of performers like that, some who work on touring shows, again, they go and they come.
Yeah.
It's never an expectation that this is necessarily a life job for anybody, but it's such a good side hustle.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it should be a bit more accepted. I was so proud. It feels like an odd thing to say. I don't actually know this girl, but she used to work for princess companies, and I went to go and see Starlight Express when it opened. And I'm looking through the programme like, I recognise that face. I know that face. I know this human.
Imagine it with a wig on.
And I'm like, oh my God, she worked for one of the other local companies and she was one of the leads in Starlight Express in, I would say West End, in London. And I'm like, so it's very clear that the talent pool within this industry is, I think, underestimated.
Yeah.
There are so many amazing performers I know who do this, and it could be they just haven't had their break yet. Maybe they've had their break and come back and, they've settled into family life. It doesn't have to be you princess before.
I'm just doing a princess.
It makes me slightly sad, I think, that it's looked down on when genuinely it's just performance work.
It's just performance work, and you're also just bringing some joy to some people.
Yeah.
Like, that's the nice thing to do, And
I don't think there should be any shame in it. And I don't think that it should be looked as like don't put that on your resume kind of scenario. And I mean, even down to things like I'm seeing high profile princess performers who have like massive TikTok followings and who are getting pulled into places like Universal. There's an amazing performer who is Glinda at Universal. She is just incredible.
Actually, I think I've seen videos of her.
She's just brilliant. And she was a princess performer.
Yeah.
And they plucked her from that because she was getting a following. She was getting noticed. Bish bash bosh. You just never know where it's going to lead. And I think limiting yourself to not doing it just because it's kids' parties, it's children's entertainment, sure, but children's entertainment doesn't have to be Amazon.com costume, horrendous wig. Like it can be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the costumes that you guys use are phenomenal.
Thank you.
I feel like you invest a lot of money and effort into your costumes.
so much money. Genuinely.
But I think it just makes it look more authentic, really.
I think if you're gonna be this iconic fairy tale character, you've got to look the part.
Yeah.
Like, for me, that's just like an absolute non-negotiable. You can't be like, hello, I'm your hero. Be like, here is my $20. I've turned American now.
It's all that American talk.
But, you know, this £20 thing off of Amazon that I've ordered, it's got to look right. And that doesn't always mean that it has to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
No. Sometimes you get lucky on Temu, let me tell you.
Yeah, to be fair, for, again, Looking Glass more than Jollypop, but when we did Beauty and the Beast, I found some amazing bits on Shein. You know, you just have to kind of find the right thing. One of our ball gowns was actually from eBay, and it was about £120, but it's stunning. Like, it's absolutely stunning. You have to kind of shop around. But in general, for me, investment in costume is like the sort of backbone of our business, really. You have to look right. And I mean, we've got gowns that are like £800 plus, but they look amazing.
Yeah.
And
if you think all of your marketing is visual as well, so
yeah,
you're going to do it properly.
It's got to look right. But that, I mean, the visuals, also photos, that's another investment, you know, making sure that the pictures are absolutely
high
on point,
quality,
look professional, are not just like something that you kind of...
I've forgotten to take a snap on my phone.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that we don't ever use those, but you have to have the high quality marketing materials to then... And again, that is another sort of expense. To be fair, when we started, the investment was relatively low, but it sort of builds as you grow.
Yeah.
And you sort of reinvest the profits that you make into... So starting up is not always as cost heavy, but depends on whether or not you want to do it right.
Yeah. And I feel like over time, as you grow, you would just naturally invest more into it. You just have to get past that, like, first year mark, I feel like.
Yeah, and just sort of establish yourself and also learn, because, I mean, Jollypop 10 years ago versus Jollypop now is a very different entity, because we know more. You know, we know more about where to shop, what wigs look good, what wigs don't look good.
Yeah.
You learn and you grow as you go.
Have you got a favourite character without naming a character? Have you got a favourite that you like to play?
I've got a couple, sort of with different reasons why they are my favourites. Some of them have incredible songs, and that's sort of like the draw, is that like you get to sing these beautiful songs. Some of them, the costume is just that right look.
Yeah.
So that kind of plays into it. And some of them are just really fun to do. So I don't know if I could settle on just one.
Are there some you wish would be booked more?
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Obviously, there's going to be the popular ones. And I'm sure you can all guess which ones are the most popular. And as films come out, suddenly those ones are really popular again. But there's one that I think is a great... She's not even a princess. She's in a Greek mythology based film in a beautiful purple gown.
Yes.
And I think she's one of my favourites, but I can't imagine she's booked very often.
Twice? Yeah.
Do you ever have to do a Scottish one?
Me personally, no.
How's your Scottish accent?
Terrible, hence why I don't. However, Jollypop has a couple of absolutely amazing actresses who can Scottish accent and do...
God bless them.
I genuinely...
It is such a hard accent.
Hats off to them, because I couldn't. But they are phenomenal, to the point where one of my mum's work colleagues came to one of the royal picnics. Oh, it was so clever of Kate to cast somebody who was actually Scottish. Oh, they're not, but thank you. They are actually not Scottish, but I really appreciate them. They are phenomenal, and she actually books more than you would think. Not all the time, but because we do events, I'm quite lucky in that my event clients like having something that is a bit different.
Yeah.
So I can quite often go, have this character. They're not often booked, but when people meet them, they absolutely love the experience. And I think for me, that's why I love it when the characters who I think deserve more love get booked, because people actually love meeting them and they will travel to meet them because they have heard that they're going to be there.
Yeah.
We had one of our much less booked characters, and a little boy came, I want to say he came from London, in a top with the character's face on, like was utterly enamoured with the fact that he'd finally got to meet this character. And I'm like, that's amazing.
Tick the box.
Yeah, and it's just, but yeah, there are many characters that I wish got more love than I think they do, or characters that I would love to add that I know would never in my heart of hearts book, but I just want to add them purely for my own joy.
Just so that there's one day, one event where you get to use them.
Yeah. Although, again, that can utterly flip. So we have a character duo that were literally added because I was like, this brings me joy. I don't care. This just brings me joy.
I want them.
I want them. And genuinely, they've actually really surprisingly done well. And it really caught me by surprise. Often booked for like Easter events and bits and bobs. And I was like, oh, this is great. Like, they're actually booking. I mean, it's a dangerous precedent to set, but...
Yes. And I just want to add, Jollypop has won numerous awards over the last 5 years, including Children's Entertainment Service of the Year for the South of England in the Prestige Awards. Didn't you go to that dressed as some characters, actually?
Yes, we did.
That was a great marketing ploy, that one.
So fun. I did have to email and just check that we were allowed to. I was like, you say we can dress up. Can we dress up?
Do you mean black tie?
Or black tie, or can we full on just, come in a mermaid costume? Can we do that? No, it was great, and I've genuinely been utterly blown away by like the positive response and the awards, and again you sort of just go, wow, this
God,
is
I
like
made that.
yeah, this is mad, like just utterly insane. But again, something that's just, the validation is sort of beyond anything. I don't know, we've sort of talked a little bit about, West End, this is the dream.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I think, to a certain extent, from making my own things, from it being mine, I've got more reward from that than from being like, I was in this show. Because it is, you've created it.
Yeah.
Like, that's genuinely just mind-blowing.
Now, if running Jollypop wasn't enough,
Yeah.
you thought, do you know what? I also want to run a theatre company.
As you do.
As you do.
As you do.
Called Looking Glass Theatre.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Wow. How did that happen? I mean, in all honesty, when I set up Jollypop, my eventual plan was always to go into theatre projects. That was always the dream. And being honest, I just never had the balls.
Well, it's scary.
yeah, because when you're talking theatre projects, you're talking literally like tens of thousands of pounds that you don't have. So it was always in the back of my head that was what I wanted to do. Probably even more so than setting up a children's entertainment company, if I'm honest. That was always where I wanted to go. And they released the rights to Little Mermaid. I did some auditioning, didn't get cast, and was like, I really want to do this. Like, I really want to do this show. And previously, around the sort of time that I was starting Jollypop, I think, Beauty and the Beast happened in Newbury.
Yes, it did.
And I didn't get cast in that one, and I missed out on it. Like, it disappeared. It didn't come back again for a really, really long time. And I was like, I just knew that if I didn't do it, I wasn't going to get the chance to do it. because Disney shows sort of notoriously appear and then go.
And vanish.
And you can't do them again. Although, weirdly, Little Mermaid is still available.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not not discounting the possibility of a redo. Because, you know. So I thought about it a lot. And I was like, can I do this? Can I really do this? And it sort of ended up with me just going, screw it.
Yeah.
If I don't do it now, when I have a prime audience for this show, I mean, if there was ever a show, although we'll talk about an even more relevant show, but if there was ever a show that was going to appeal to the audience that I've got, which is predominantly families and children, so
related to what you do within your own entertainment company, like you've got the costumes.
Yeah. I've got the audience. It all sort of fell into place at the right time. And the absolute scariest thing I have ever done, walking into the Corn Exchange Theatre going, I want to do this show. I have no money. And waiting for them to genuinely laugh in my face. Yeah. Because I was like, this is ludicrous. Like, this is absolutely ludicrous. I can't do this.
Yeah.
And bless them, they were really lovely. Were like, yeah, you can book the theatre. Like, and I did. They said yes, and I walked out of the theatre going,
oh no. Now I actually have to do it.
Now I've actually got to so they agreed, and I applied for the rights, and I'm like, okay, step one hurdle.
Yeah.
Now I've got to apply for the rights. And I think I rang them up every week for probably about 3 months. It took ages to get the yes. And I think the receptionist by that point had probably put my number on mute because I was just... And they said yes. And I'm like, oh God, now... I mean, I've got to do it. I've got a theatre. I've got the rights. Crap, you know. Now I've got to commit to this 30 grand project that I don't have money for.
I don't have 30 grand lying around.
I do not have 30 grand because running your own children's entertainment business does not make you rich. Turns alas, it does not make you rich. Yeah, so essentially it was me being really stubborn and going, I'm going to do this regardless. And sort of wonderful people signing up to this insane idea that I had that this was going to, and people just saying yes. And the more people are saying yes, the more I'm going, I must really sound like I know what I'm doing. Rather than the absolutely terrified person in the back of my head going, what are you doing, what are you doing, what are you doing, what are you doing?
Because you've never put on something of this scale before, had you?
Nope. Literally never. And it was so much just learning as you go and going, this is going to happen or it's not going to happen, but it's going to happen because we've got the theatre.
Something's going to happen.
Something's going to happen. And, self-funding it was utterly terrifying because I didn't have the money. I mean, I bought the costumes, and that was all sort of ordered from here, there and everywhere. So that ended up costing quite a bit. But yeah, you just kind of made it happen. And I mean, genuinely, the support for that project was unreal. People just really going, yeah, do you know what, you've got something here. And when we had a cast, and that cast just being amazing and so supportive, everyone just came together to make it happen, whether it was helping with making props, or everyone just came together. It really was it had my name on the top of it, but it really wasn't
a team effort, really.
It was so much of everyone coming together. It was everyone's thing, which is kind of why that then progressed into, let's make this into a theatre company, because it started off as being Kate Izzard Presents, which I always mildly hated, if I'm not going to lie, because it just sounds really... But you had to apply with something to get the rights. And because we didn't have a theatre company at that point, it was just it was literally all under my name. So legally, my name had to be on it. But I always hated it with an absolute. I was like, I present me.
It's me.
It's like
on stage.
It's like that little Britain guy who's like, write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. Like, it just felt a bit.
Yeah.
It was honestly one of the most incredible things. We had band call, and I just cried. I mean, they were incredible. The orchestra were just out of this world. But they started playing the overture, and I'm like, well, I can't sing now because I am just... I was like, we got to that point, and I was like, we've actually done this.
Yeah.
We've sold tickets to a show. It's happening. There is an orchestra here. And stepping into that theatre and going, oh my God, this... Because again, I love Jollypop. I love everything we've achieved, but doing theatre shows was always what I wanted to do.
The
and
big love.
actually having created, I mean, not the story in there, but like created the show. Like,
it's almost like running another business in itself.
Yeah.
The theatre company.
Yeah.
So you'll kind of start, like, remember Jollypop from scratch? And here we are again.
Yeah.
It's just Jollypop's like 10 years on.
So now that's like ticking over
you're
quite
like,
nicely. I sort of know how I'm doing this, but
Yeah.
this is a whole new kettle of fish. And I mean, it's evolving all the time. So it's now being set up between myself and my lovely friend Jake and David, who we're kind of bringing it together. We've also got lovely Lawrence on board as well. And we're just kind of creating this thing, going through the process of getting set up through sort of charity status and whatnot to help with sort of funding and everything. We've got sort of subs and stuff now that are helping, but it is still sort of relying on the bank of me, which is a little bit broken, because as amazing as Little Mermaid was, and it really was, like, it's an incredible experience, but it did make a loss. And that is the scary bit of it. Like,
Yeah. The trouble is, like, when you do Amdram groups, they're happy if they come out having broken even.
Yeah.
And it's scary thinking, well, I need to start with a pot of money that I don't have.
Yeah.
So actually getting those random extra fundings in
Would really...
You almost need it to be able to survive.
Yeah. And that's kind of, you know, we're still very early stages yet.
Yeah.
But that loss was, and show week, constantly looking at the numbers going, we haven't sold enough, we haven't sold enough, we haven't sold enough, whilst being on stage as Ariel.
Yes, playing Ariel.
And who is on stage like all the time. Again, self-inflicted.
Hey, you wanted to play that role. So
I was desperate. I was desperate enough to buy Heelys and learn how to use them. Which was a whole journey in itself.
Favorite thing.
One of my
They
proudest.
looked really good though.
They were so cool.
No
and
one fell over when I watched it.
For the whole run. Nobody fell over.
Incredible.
I was like, that is one of my proudest moments. I was like, go us.
You learnt a new skill that year, and it was healing.
And I mean, because all of the Mer sisters were on Heelys too. And I'm like, out of like 6-7 of us. Oh, 6-7. Okay. Tell me you've been around kids without telling me you've been around kids. But it's like, out of the 6-7 of us, none of us stacking it whilst on wheels. I had our lovely sound guy prepped with like a splash sound for if I went into the orchestra.
That is great.
I was like, please, if I fall into the orchestra, you absolutely have to play that sound whilst I'm flailing around.
That is an excellent idea.
Because I was like, it's going to happen. And it didn't.
Right. But you also did meet and greets afterwards, didn't you? So it was very much like actually tied in with Jollypop.
Yeah. And that was always kind of the plan. Because what I don't want to do is set up a company that is doing the same thing as other companies. I'm like, there's no point in setting something up that is a carbon copy of what somebody else does.
Yeah.
They exist, they're doing a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't add anything.
Yeah.
But combining what Jollypop does with a stage show, that has kind of legs of its own. And I'm very, like, for theatre, passionate about getting kids to love it. Because you want people to be buying tickets in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
You have to get them to love it.
Yeah.
Like, it was really beautiful with Little Mermaid that so many people were like, this is the first time my kid's ever been to a theatre show. This is the first time my kids have ever seen a live orchestra. Like, we got so much of that, and that got me really emotional. I was like, that's... Because I will always remember one of the first shows I went to go and see, I think, was Cats. And the cats being in the audience, and that level of like interaction. So the aim with Looking Glass is to create shows that have that more intimate audience feel. So with the meet and greets, you actually get to see the characters, you get to interact with them.
Yeah, it's a lot more immersive.
And we're now based at Arlington Arts, who have been just an absolute rock in terms of support. They have been incredible, and their venue is really set up for that kind of being close to the audience, having that interaction. So we came to Arlington when we got Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast was slightly more complicated in that there was a limit on the size of the theatre that was allowed to be booked.
As part of the copyright.
As part of the licensing.
Right.
So each show sort of has different licensing rules. Little Mermaid had a size limit, but it was 400 seats, which obviously the Corn Exchange fits that. Also a limit on ticket price, both for Little Mermaid and for Beauty and the Beast. With Beauty and the Beast, it was, want to say 300 seats? Somewhere around that, and it's published seating capacity, not how many seats you sell. So if the theatre can take more than that, you cannot book that theatre. It's very like strict on. So we came to Arlington for Beauty and the Beast, and it just worked really well. So we're now sort of taking up residency. We now have Shrek, which is coming this February.
Yes.
Really exciting. We Will Rock You, which is coming in September. Because, why do one show a year when you can do two? And then one that I'm excited about all of them, but this one is particularly close to my heart. We have Frozen for February 2027.
That is so organised of you. That must have come out though, and you were like, I'm having it.
I jumped on that like nobody's business.
I don't know anyone else who's doing that.
No, and I'm so, it coincides with the 10th anniversary of Jollypop. So it's going to be really special. They're all really special, but it is just, the timing of it is really something.
Feels spooky.
I was like, when they released it, I was like, it has to happen because this is just literally Jollypop turns 10 in the March. And we're doing the show February 2027.
In the half term, I presume.
Yes, always the half time. So the idea with these shows is that we cater for the family audiences.
Because you did some more daytime shows, didn't you? You did more matinees.
Yeah, we're quite heavily matinee based because, again, we're aiming for that family audience. And we do have some evening performances, but that's why we're kind of doing it over the half term. It's nice for the
younger children to be able to come along, isn't it?
And again, it's something slightly different to what is sort of on offer in general within like the local theatre community. Something that is aimed at the children with the meet and greets, it's not that adults can't see it and adults can't love it, but it.
Hey, I came on my own, so.
And we loved
I loved it.
So it's that kind of just approaching it from a slightly different angle, I think.
I think that's a good idea. Did you learn anything from your Little Mermaid process that you were then able to apply or not apply to the next one, to Beauty and the Beast? Yeah,
I mean, honestly, every time we're doing a show, we are learning more and more and more. It's a massively steep learning curve. Yeah.
I mean, because you also were helping direct, weren't you?
Yes.
Little Mermaid. But then you had an external director.
Yes.
Who was not in the show, right? For Beauty and the Beast.
So Jake, who is now helping to set up Looking Glass, directed Beauty and the Beast. And that was definitely something that we took from one to the other. Was like,
we can't all be in it and direct.
And direct.
and produce it.
And produce and get all the costumes and the props. Yes. And that, I think, for me, was quite a hard transition going from everything in Jollypop coming from me to
Yeah.
being like, I have to delegate.
You actually have to delegate.
I'm not very good at delegating.
And even when you do, they're not going,
can I just but please? But I just want to. So
actually, it probably will be good in the long term for you with Jollypop.
Yeah.
If you're able to start delegating and being safe delegating in Looking Glass.
Are you telling me I need to let it go?
I think.
Yeah.
To let it go.
Yeah, no, it's a useful skill to have. I'm still finding my feet with it. But yeah, definitely from the first one to the second one going, I need more people and I need to let go of my level of control freakism that is ingrained into me. Also budgeting. 100%, because going from the first show to the second show, going the first show made a loss, going I physically don't have the bank account to take a loss on the next show.
Yeah.
But we had already got Beauty and the Beast booked.
Yes.
By the time we knew The Little Mermaid had made a loss. Because, you know, obviously when you go into a 30 grand project that you don't have the money for, you instantly go, it'll be fine, let's book another one.
That was available.
Let's
plan ahead for next year.
And in terms of the long-term plan, it made sense and absolutely worked out. But yeah, going actually, I need to make sure that I can afford what we're doing.
Yes.
So Little Mermaid had the wonderful live orchestra, which was stunning.
Yeah.
For Beauty and the Beast, we went on 2 performance tracks to sort of try and recoup some of that money.
Yeah.
Which worked because Beauty and the Beast pretty much broke even.
Great.
Which, you know,
that's already a step in the right direction. Very good.
So the hope is that trajectory is that Shrek will then, you know, make money.
Yeah.
We will be moving back into orchestras for some of our upcoming shows. But again, it's that going, okay, you know, we've worked our way towards hopefully profit for this next one. Mm-hmm. Now we can... And I think that was a really hard learning curve for me. Because I'm used to going, ball gown, splurge.
But I want a 50-piece orchestra.
But I must have
show.
these things. So that was quite a lot to sort of take on. So, I mean, so many lessons and so many things. And we are still learning. I mean, we're only nearly 3 shows in. So I think there will be so much growth between, you know, now and when we get to Frozen and beyond. Because obviously I'm already, you know, thinking about what's going to be next.
Yeah, of course. And you're in the process of setting up Looking Glass as a charity, aren't you? So everyone sort of volunteers their time to do these things just for the love of it, because that's what we do.
Which is amazing, and we are so lucky to have the wonderful people that we have involved. They are super talented and just love working with them all.
How are Shrek rehearsals going?
Yeah, really good. So that's all sort of coming together. We're bringing the costuming together. I think we'll hopefully get a couple of sort of costumey pictures on Tuesday when we get back into rehearsals. Probably only a couple of characters, but we're sort of getting there with that. Yeah. So it's kind of the time now we're going to ramp up the marketing. Yeah,
and also with Shrek, like the makeup is also quite a large part of Shrek.
And prosthetics.
Someone's going to be green, really green. I mean, you probably spend a lot of your life a little bit green anyway with some of your characters that you do for Jollypop.
There has definitely been an element of green recently.
Yes, in recent months.
In recent months, I have been somewhat green. Halloween was delightful because it kind of went from green to blue to then having to not be a colour back to green and blue. And it's like, oh, God, it's not coming off. Like, why are you a little bit green, princess? Well,
you'll never guess who I met.
It's that bit behind your ear that you didn't quite get.
What do you mean? Look over there.
Yes, the greening is fun because green is a terrible colour to get off of your face.
Yes.
Yeah, green just does not come out.
No.
Although I have found that green is delightful for making your teeth look really white. Is
it? There's a top tip for you guys.
Yeah, if you want to have white teeth, paint your face green.
Paint your face green.
Ideally like a quite luminous green.
Yes.
Because it really works.
What sort of immersive elements are you kind of incorporating into Shrek? I presume we're going a little bit immersive in some bits because the theatre really lends itself to
Yeah, 100%. So definitely some bits like interacting with the audience, and we love a back entrance. Oh, tickle.
Some of us love a back entrance.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Well,
Today
we like to cater to every audience here. So some of us do love a back entrance, Kate. Especially in the theatre.
Oh my goodness. Today in things I should not have said whilst being recorded. In all seriousness though, we do love I don't know how to say
There's no great way of saying it.
Coming from the rear end of the audience, that doesn't sound much better. Basically walking through the audience.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, so definitely bits like that. When we did Beauty and the Beast for the iconic ballroom entrance, I walked through the audience in my ball gown praying that I did not fall down the stairs.
Yeah, I can't see the steps, but here we go.
I can't see the steps or my feet, but they're there somewhere. So there'll definitely be a bit of that going on.
Yeah.
I think the hopeful idea is that we can get the audience to join in with I'm a Believer, possibly print some lyrics in the programme.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just to give that little bit of joining in, because they probably won't know the songs from the main musical. So that kind of thing. Because again, when you are dealing with some of our audience members are like 3-4, you have to make it engaging for them. And keeping the attention of a 3 or 4-year-old is different to keeping the attention of an adult. So things like that we can do to just bring them in.
Are you hoping to do like meet and greets again?
Yeah, definitely.
Because they're not on your this show particularly is not on your usual list of characters that you have. So you would have had to go out on lots of new costumes.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yes. So definitely hoping for meet and greets, because I think the characters in Shrek are just absolutely prime for meet and greets. There is the VIP experience that you can book again. So we did this starting with Beauty and the Beast. The VIP experience was kind of a pre-show experience that you can book. We have a lovely local baker who makes like themed treats.
Nice.
So for Beauty and the Beast, they had biscuits. One was like the ball gown of Belle, and one was like the Beast's suit.
Nice.
And a little pot of the grey stuff. And that was all sort of laid out on a table. And then some of the characters did like meet and greets before the show, got photos and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we're doing the same for Shrek this year. So the VIP experience is a sort of a bookable extra. But there will also be characters that meet and greet in the interval and at the end.
Yeah.
There is at least one character that will be exclusive to the meet and greet. That will be Princess Fiona in her human form. Because by the end of the show, she is no longer not green.
Yes.
And there will not be time to shower and get the green off before meeting and greeting. So Ogre Fiona will be meetable
later
after the show, but the pre-show VIP thing is the only chance to meet Princess Fiona as Princess Fiona, because she will be green.
Yes.
Spoilers. Hashtag spoilers.
If you've not seen Shrek, where have you been?
Well, that too. I feel like I say hashtag
Surely
spoilers.
everybody
but
knows the story of Shrek.
if you haven't seen it, that is on you.
Also, that then is something exclusive for the VIPs, so they feel like they've got their money's worth.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really cute experience and something that people had lots of fun with. I love the meet and greet element. It's, again, just that little special something to really make it memorable, especially for the little ones. Because that's what they want to come and give you a hug.
Of course they do.
Or show you the picture that they've drawn for you. That was adorable as well. We got like little pictures and it was
That's sweet.
really cute.
Oh. What sort of advice would you give to, I don't know, performers or someone thinking about, should I set up a business? Is that a good idea?
Don't the wrong answer. No, I do jest. I think you just have to be prepared for what you're taking on. I think it will change your life, mostly for the good.
Yeah.
But you have to sort of weigh up, do I want something this level of commitment-wise? Can I manage that? And you'll probably surprise yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, genuinely, I think if somebody had said to me when I started Jollypop, could you be managing essentially what is 3 companies at this point and 40 performers?
Screamed and ran away.
I absolutely would have been like, of course I can't do that. What the hell are you talking about? That's insane. So I think trust that you can do more than you think you can do.
Yeah.
Like, trust yourself. You will know in your gut if this is something that you genuinely want and can do. And I mean, even again with Little Mermaid, when I'm going, this is utterly frigging insane.
What was
because
I
it
thinking?
was because it was insane. Like, it was a really insane move. But in my heart of hearts, I was like, I know I have the skill set to do this. Like, I am determined enough. I want it enough. I am willing to put everything on the line for this. And I was like, genuinely, I was like, if this means I'm a homeless hobo by the end of it, screw it.
But you will have gotten to play.
I will have gotten to have worn the red hair, been on the Heelys,
sung the songs.
And for me, that playoff was worth it. But I think you have to know, pending the situation and what the business is that you're setting up, but you have to be willing to give it everything and then some.
Yeah.
And often it will ask for the and then some that you weren't quite prepared
aware
to give.
of. I mean, I'm sure you never thought you would be restyling wigs 10 years ago.
Nope.
Yes, I have to wash costumes in between. And
I think I would say as well, like, yes, it's a lot, and be prepared for the fact that it is a lot.
Yeah.
But genuinely, it might be the best decision that you've ever made.
Yeah.
It might be the best thing that you've ever done.
Because if you were working in an office, you would be a manager here because you're managing 40 different people. You would be on, $100,000 a year. If you were working in an office.
Not what I'm on now.
We don't do these things to be horribly rich, as,
No.
as lovely as that would be
Yeah.
to alleviate some stress.
Yeah. You
just
do
'cause
it
we
because
like
you love
doing
it.
it.
And if what you want is to do something that you really enjoy, do it.
Yeah.
I know I started this by saying, is don't do it the right answer? But I mean,
to be fair though, when someone says to you initially, "Oh, you should start your own business," your initial response was, "Oh no, oh no, that sounds too scary." And now 10 years on, you're like,
yeah,
manager of the world.
Manager, dear God, no. I mean, genuinely, there is a massive part of me that, particularly with Looking Glass, wishes I'd had the balls to do it earlier. Thinking about where it could be now if I'd just trusted in myself that I could do it.
Yeah.
And I really didn't. I really didn't think to begin with that I could pull it off. And I did.
And I mean, you could have put it off again if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And I almost think though, having those few years of Jollypop on its own and building that up and realising, oh, actually, I can run this. I didn't know what I was doing, and here I am now. So it almost gave you enough confidence to then walk into that theatre and go, hello, I want to put on this.
Yeah, and the backup of like, no, I haven't done this before, but this is what I have achieved in the other area of what I've done.
Which is still performing. It's just, you're not performing to a room of 10 children. You're performing to a... And you've done shows before. You've been in them, so...
Yeah. And I mean, even just having that reputation of... Because Jollypop has done local events in Newbury. Done the Christmas light switch on multiple times. So you build up that reputation. So when you're going into a local theatre like the Corn Exchange, they do kind of know who you are.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And they go... Oh, it's you who runs Jollypop. Yes, we saw them doing the Christmas light switch on last year. So yes, you can have the theatre.
Yeah, and it's that kind of actually, it does give you some level of clout, for want of a better word. But again, it sort of circles back to that. If I had dismissed Princess performing because I was going to be a big West End star and that was beneath me, where would my life have been now?
Oh, yes.
It has led to me literally owning my own theatre company, putting on shows that I love, playing roles that I frigging
you really
adore.
want to play.
And yeah, I mean,
also, if you had waited until you were older, I mean, we've said like some of these princesses are obviously quite young, and
yes, they are.
We're not as young as that now.
No, we're not.
But we just look like little babies. Hee hee. But there will come a point where it's not going to be as believable for you to play the Little Mermaid in that show. So if you'd waited any longer, you know, that could have had the opposite effect to your reputation and gone, wow, why is she still trying to play the Little Mermaid at 70 years old?
Yeah, and
I will, I tell you.
I mean, I'm fully prepared to be in an old people's home in a ball gown, purely for my own amusement. Throwing cats at people because obviously I'm going to be a crazy cat lady too. The ball gowned crazy cat lady. I mean, again, that was a driving force behind me being stubborn and being like, I want to do it because
I need to do it now.
There is a time limit. So I think advice-wise, believe you can do it and do it, and don't hold yourself back because you don't think you are enough.
Yeah.
Like,
or you don't know how to do something, so you can't do that.
Learn.
Because you can just learn how to do it.
Learn how to do it.
Ask for help.
Yeah. And I mean, that is slightly contradictory to me being understand your limits. But I think there is a difference between understanding your limits and holding yourself back.
Yeah.
You know, finding that balance between that is too far and that's just the right amount of crazy to like, you know.
I might need to ask someone else for help for that little bit, but
I have the sort of the rudimentary skill set of like, I know how a show works. I know how children work. I can mash that together.
I can blur them together. It's fine.
And I think also be kind to yourself because it's very easy, and I do get told off for this quite a lot, to really be very critical on yourself about how you are doing. You know, when you're running your own business, it's very rare that you get positive feedback about your running of the business. You know, performers will get great feedback and people might be, oh, the communication was great, blah, blah, blah. But it's very rare that people go, well done you know. Yeah. Good job in managing that difficult situation. Or, you know, I don't think people sort of realise that often you get the negatives rather than the positives, and you have to sort of G yourself up to a certain extent and go, I'm doing great at this. Like, I'm doing good.
You're your own cheerleader, really.
You kind of have to be giving yourself the validation where you need to sometimes, because, again, running your own business, you get so many positives. And again, when performers get great feedback, you're like, this is amazing, this is great. But it's very easy to feel like you're flailing and like it's overwhelming you and what you are doing is enough. Yeah. You know, if you didn't answer that email today, it is okay. Yeah. If, you know, you didn't wash that costume today, it is okay. You are enough and you are doing enough. And I think, please tell yourself that because you really need to, or you will go mad. As evidenced by the fact that I'm frigging nutty as hell.
What excellent advice.
Be nutty.
Be nutty. The end. Bum, 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 bum. Do you listen to podcasts at all? Do you have time?
Sometimes, yeah. So,
do you have any favourites you listen to? I like to do podcast recommendations because I figure people who are listening to this obviously listen to podcasts. So they don't have to be performing related in the slightest, but
well, so one of my favourites, and I don't think they are podcasting anymore because I sent them a farewell message for their last one. I don't know if that has aired yet. I need to catch up. When I do get a chance, I love listening to my friends at Disnerds because they are just amazing and wonderful people as well.
What is that podcast about?
So it's about Disney movies. You know, plays into like my
it's research,
my absolute wheelhouse. And they have sort of different episodes on different movies where they talk a little bit about what they've been watching over the week at the beginning, anything exciting that they've done, and then they go into sort of a breakdown of the movie, good things, bad things, what the reception was like, any interesting facts. So they've got like a whole back catalogue of like pretty much all of the Disney movies, and they're just lovely and really lovely to listen to, and they always make me giggle. So when I do have time, love listening to them,
Yes.
and also please support them because they are wonderful humans. John, who is one of the presenters of that show, has also started a new podcast specifically around ADHD and sort of discovering that as an adult. And that's great as well because I know a lot of us are going through that at the moment and, you know, having struggles related to that. So when he said he was doing it, I was like, that is an amazing idea.
I think so. And it's good to just hear somebody who's in a similar situation so you don't feel like I'm on my own being nutty.
Because genuinely it does sometimes feel like that, and you just have moments of, oh, I've realised this thing, and it can feel quite lonely.
Yeah.
When you just have these realizations of like, oh, when I was a kid and I did that thing, that's what that was about. Oh, this is why I've always been like so super hyper focused on for my entire life. This is why my work is my entire life, because I've hyper fixated on Jollypop.
Yay!
For 10 years. Nearly.
Where can we find you?
Oh,
not you
me
personally.
specifically.
Where do you live?
Where do you live?
Where can we find Jollypop or Looking Glass Theatre? Or
Love
both?
that. So Jollypop has Facebook under Jollypop Entertainment, Instagram under the same, and our website is www.jollypopentertainment.co.uk. Which has sort of all the info on booking. Obviously, you can message our Facebook page or our Instagram page. I'm more active on Facebook, so my recommendation is move towards Facebook.
We're just showing our age here.
Yeah, I really am.
Well, it's still on Facebook, guys.
Desperately trying to work out the whole Instagram thing. We do also have TikTok, to be fair, although I claim no credit for the TikTok page because I am rubbish at TikTok. So I have a lovely friend who is much better at TikTok than me, who is managing our TikTok page.
Fantastic.
Because I cannot. And then for Looking Glass, we are on Facebook under Looking Glass Theatre. Do not yet have a website, but I am working on that. So Facebook is kind of like the main place to find us. Our logo is like, it's kind of like a black background with white text and a little butterfly bit, because there are a couple of Looking Glass theatres on.
There are. I'll put a link in the show notes.
Amazing.
Somewhere, so they will be the right place.
Website hopefully to follow soon, but probably not in time for when this goes out, because we've got a show in a month.
In the middle of doing a show, and then you've got another show to do.
And Christmas has just gone, so now I'm like, show things. Those need to be done.
It's a month and a half away.
As we always do.
You can find The Theatre Mum on Instagram at The Theatre Mum. Thank you so much for joining me, Kate.
Thank you for having me.
Been a little hoot.
Yeah, it's been lovely to chat and to see you again.
I know, it's been actually ages since I saw you. Thanks for listening, everyone. And from one creative to another, break a leg, guys. Bum, 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 bum.